This is a very good quality brass candle lamp with shade. Now, these are often mistakenly called campaign lamps, and they're not. The correct term for them is a student lamp. And basically they were made for use on a desk for anyone working, with the idea that this shade, which is pointing down and is reflective to the interior, will shine a light on the work that you're doing, therefore a student's lamp. Now, it was made by a very good maker of brass lamps who have a history that extends most of the 19th century. It's Miller's, and they were based at Piccadilly in London, and they started off as spermaceti refiners. So they produced the wax from the sperm whale, or refined it to turn into a lighting fuel for lamps. And then they graduated on to making all sorts of different lamps, argand lamps, doctor's lamps, travel lamps, and like this example, student lamps. And they did get contracts from people such as the Admiralty. Now, although they're called by some people campaign lamps, as I said before, they're not. That's not to say that a soldier never would have taken one with them. I can well imagine that an officer found it useful, and having to leave to go overseas in a dash would have taken one with him. So let's have a look at the lamp. Well, first of all, we're lucky in that the shade still retains a lot of its wonderful blue colour. Yes, some of it has worn off, especially to the back, but just look at that blue. That's a glorious colour. And if we come a little bit closer, you can see the maker's name is just stamped here to the brass. So hopefully you can see that, and also the reflective interior of the shade, and the fact that it's angled to point down at your work. Let's take it apart so you can have a good look at how student lamps work. Well, like a lot of these lamps, you have got a collar to the top which keeps the candle down. And the reason it does that is because in this tube there is a spring, so as the candle burns, the spring pushes the candle up, so it's always in the correct place for use with the shade. So we've got a twist collar here, and that's just on a bayonet fitting. That comes up, and we can see here that we've got a chain with a candle stuck to it and a spring just to keep that pressure pushing the candle up. Now, as student lamps go, the quality of this one really is very nice. It's a decent gauge of brass that's been used. It's got a good weight. It's not going to tip over easily. You can see the base there. Nice little bit of a decoration on this collar here. It's, you know, it's a substantial student lamp, much more than a number of others that we've seen. A really, really good example. So Miller's are a relatively well-known company, and as I said, they spent virtually the whole of the 19th century on Piccadilly. In the high numbers, they were around about 178 Piccadilly, but they had a few different addresses very close, and then they amalgamated 3 buildings together, knocked them all in because they needed more space due to their success. But you can read about Miller's in the makers section on our website, campaignfurniture.com, or you can find this lamp on the website and then just click on Miller's name and the description at the top, and that will take you straight to it. So this lamp, to sum it up, was made by Miller's of Piccadilly, London. It's going to be around about 1880 in date. It's what we call a student lamp. It retains a lot of its lovely blue paintwork to the shade. Yes, some has gone, but normally we don't see anything like that, and that blue really is a cracking colour. And it's well made, of a good gauge brass. A student lamp by Millers.